So I'm filming this intro after doing the whole photo walk thing, and originally this video was going to be me challenging myself to capture 7 different items using the 100 to 300mm, and it just ended up being me walking around taking pictures of birds. Either way, I hope you enjoy the footage of a kind of drizzly, dreary Irish day, me with my 100, 300 and my G9. So first shot is going to be our handheld long exposure, just because that's what's here. So I have a pretty cheaty way of doing this. I just nip into aperture priority, set my ISO to 100, and then go for a pretty high f-stop. So this is f20. So as far as I'm concerned, that is our handheld long exposure done. I'm not that great at using this lens. What I do like is stuff like this, where you use the actual length of the lens to get you that background out of focus. So you can see here some of the birds that are in the area. I've seen a lot of robins lately, as well as corvus. I'm not sure what type of crow. And you can definitely hear them. And I've seen a lot of birds just driving around this morning as well. So I'm hoping I can get 1 or 2 bird shots. Oh, that's nice, the dew on the tree there. Something like that. I realize that the GoPro is so wide that when I take an image, it's gonna kind of be very different to what's being captured by the GoPro. So this is very different. I took quite a few photos here when I was here 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago? I'd say about 2 weeks ago. It was my second last video. And the leaves have pretty much all come off since then. So that's just very interesting to see the difference. I mean, we're about 2 weeks before Christmas, so it was a lot colder last time I was here, but it's very damp today. So it feels cold, even though it's probably actually about 10 degrees. But I got the gloves on. Everyone laughs at these, because they're like, why would you buy thermal gloves that are fingerless? And I know you can get touchscreen gloves, but I find they don't do that good a job. And just for getting the tactility to move my dials and stuff. I like that leaf with the hole in it. So I said in my last video, I recently passed 1,000 subscribers, and as a bit of a congratulations to myself, I bought a cake, but I also got a few other bits. One of them is something I wanted for a long time. I picked up an Olympus 30mm macro. Now it's not weather sealed, it's kind of plasticky, but I've really loved macro photography, and while I've tried extension tubes in the past, I think a dedicated lens will be handy because then I can still use it as a prime. And then another thing I got was the cheapest Micro Four Thirds body and cheapest Micro Four Thirds lens that I could find on MPB. And so the plan with that setup is just to take it out and do something like this with it. Not many birds. I thought there'd be a lot more birds. I'm trying to get a shot here. Don't know what that'll be like. Also, I lost the thing out of my G9. The hot shoe cover. I'm hoping that won't affect the weather sealedness. Although it's only a very fine misty drizzle at the moment, my hair's not even wet. I just hope the GoPro doesn't die while I'm out. Because I was driving around a good bit this morning. Is that a bird? I can't tell. Are you a bird or just a clump of stuff? You're just a clump of stuff. With this lens, it lets me really blur out the background. I don't want to call it bokeh, there's a lot of bokeh purists. Okay, we technically got a bird shot. Oh, there's a bird. Okay, I'm gonna... some branch kind of blocking him. So I'm just gonna go down here. Nope. And I did not see where he went. But I got some photos of Robin. With the ivy on the tree. Oh, no, you're still there. That's lovely. I have one photo of a robin I took when I lived down in Limerick. Was it the Wetlands? I think I did a photo vlog there ages ago. I can't remember. And I actually just used the 12-60 kit lens I have with this. And I printed it up nice and big, A1 size. Oh, there he is again now on the ground. Oh, it's a different bird. Where have you gone? That's one problem I have with this lens, and it's not a fault of the lens at all, it's more a fault of me, is that I really struggle to see something through my eyes and then know instinctively where to point the lens, because even as it's like, you know, that's still quite, especially when you're like zoomed in that way, that's such a massive, like if I want to point it, that weird dead leaf, like that's instinctively where I want to go, and it's really more, it's just really hard. So then I end up zooming out, trying to find it, zooming in. But again, that will just come with the experience of using the lens, which is why I'm out doing this. But anyway, after those lovely robin photos, I think I can tick birds off the list. Quite Christmassy. It's getting cold. Like one of the days recent enough, I use this as a dash cam when I'm driving, and it was a frosty morning and I had a fully charged GoPro battery, went out, and after half an hour it was dead. And when I used it as a dash cam, I have it set to like 1080, no stabilization, it's just there in case I crash. And I have not crashed yet, so although you can guarantee the one time I actually don't use the GoPro, then I will. But I have it set to slightly nicer settings at the moment, and it kind of doesn't do well. The G9, despite being on one battery level left, is holding up well, considering I have like a lens that's constantly getting stabilized and autofocus continuous on, and like I think the best way to improve with a specific focal length or lens or piece of gear is just to use it all the time. I used the EM5 with the 25mm, EM5 Mark II, I should say, every day for a month. I tried to get 3 nice photos out of it, and that helped me immensely with getting to know the camera well, getting to know that focal length well, and just getting to know the ins and outs of that lens really well. And I could do something similar with this lens, but the EM5 with the 20mm, the 25mm was nice and small. I could just take that with me anywhere. Whereas this lens, it's pretty bulky. But I'm going to make an effort to use it more, just to know the ins and outs of it. It's a grand lens. People watch these reviews of like the 100 to 400, but like the faster, newer one, and they're like, oh, it's amazing, although the lenses are bad. And it's definitely not everyone. There's just a few people that think like that, and they think, well, why would I get this lens when this one goes longer and opens up, you know, whereas this one is faster and longer. And I'm like, yeah, but it's bigger and it's more expensive. You can find this lens for like 460 on MPB used. Oh, ho, ho, ho. Come on, focus on him, focus on him, focus on him. Is that on the ground, is it? Please don't fly away. Okay. How close can I get without scaring him? Nope, that close apparently. No. Yeah, he didn't like it when I got down. That is a happy note to end this video. So obviously I'm filming the outro after doing the POV footage. First off, I want to say sorry for the GoPro footage. I accidentally had it set to 1440p as opposed to 5K, and for some reason it just makes it look very choppy, even though 1440p in theory is a decent resolution. I think it was just too dark for the GoPro. Like I said in the photo vlog, I have more gear coming. I ordered a 30mm macro that I accidentally shipped to the wrong address, so I'm hoping On Post can assist me there. And like I said, I also have the cheapest Micro Four Thirds body and lens I could find, and I think I'm going to have some fun with that.